Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. Long time no see. I've been wanting to make a video for the reading channel for a while, and I'm making it today. So I was picking out one of the decks because I knew that I wanted to use the Yokai Tarot. This was a gift from my dad, and I use this a lot. Um, And when I was in the area where I keep a good amount of my decks, I was humming the Simple and Clean song. So I thought that it was interesting, and it kind of goes into different things. Like I feel like it goes into a lot of things, to be honest. I'm gonna pull cards while I talk about it. So I help host a club with a Ukrainian psychologist, and we do presentations on topics related to mental health for those in war zones. So one of the meetings, there was the conversation of trees, and someone brought up the pussy willow. And the pussy willow has been a special tree for me because it was the tree that was in the front of my childhood home front yard. So it was definitely displayed, and I lived on a corner, and so you could see the large willow tree, and it had its own area where it had its soil, and then surrounded by maybe like brick to keep the area organized. So I thought it was so cute that um, the nickname for the pussy willow is Kotiki, and hopefully my pronunciation's okay. Um, so it's Little Kitten, and I later did a presentation with the pussy willow in there too. And it got me thinking because there was a story that went with it, and I looked at a couple of resources. I even saw a video where a Ukrainian grandmother was telling the story, and I love how when you have these stories, there are maybe personal touches to where it makes it special when you um, are telling it to maybe your grandchildren or other people. And um, so before I say this story, I just wanted to show the Ogum card that I painted a couple of years ago. I made an Ogum deck, and one of the cards has Willow on it. So I chose the one that was um, in my front yard, and it has like kind of this area, only this is grass here. I made it surrounded by water, and with this story, um, there was a farmer who had a cat, and the cat had babies. The farmer didn't want the babies, so he put the kittens in a burlap sack, brought them to the river, and threw the sack in the river. And um, the mama cat was upset and was crying, and the willow was known to be kind and reached in and grabbed the sack, or reached in to grab the kittens, depending on the story that you're reading. And um, there had like different endings, but one of the endings was that the cats were rescued, and then the the name of the fuzzy parts are the catkins too. So are um like representing where the kittens once clung. on the willow tree, and then the other ending is that some of them didn't make it, and then um, the catkins represented the the sorrow of like the mama cat and the kittens that didn't make it. So I thought that was really touching, and that it just kind of came together. So like when I was picking out the deck, well, the other deck that wasn't the Yokai Tarot, um I just had simple and clean in my head, and it was really interesting because there's like been some water elements that have been coming into play. And I was actually watching a series that it came out a couple years ago, and I'm okay with it. I think like I mainly went for it because I saw something at Goodwill that was uh they were earrings from Hot Topic, and I love Hot Topic. I haven't been to the mall in a while because I mainly make stuff, or I don't buy anything at the mall. So um I saw these Demon Slayer earrings with the Hanafuda, and I thought that they were like a vibe, and I've been feeling like I would I'd be interested in like seeing what the series is about. And I think the interesting part of it is that some people say that it's corny, and I'm like, you know, I'll give it this, that it technically says um I think it's like a more mature rating. It's not rated PG 14 or 13. Um, so I thought it was like, as I was watching it, because I think I'm still in the first season. I just have it in the, not so much in the background, but I could have it in the background and it doesn't like disrupt the other things that I'm doing. Because some series I really want to hone into. It's not like I don't want to listen to what this is, but I think it's more of something that is just that type of series for me. And let's see. So, of course, with the things that happen and the trauma, the events and what they do is more of like an adult type of uh, topic, or things that you would mainly associate with adults doing. But then the only card that I saw is the King of Wands, which kind of goes together with it too. So, um, but then the characters are so young. Like I think they're early teenagers or preteens at least. Because there's like a brother and sister, and that's kind of with what I read. And of course, I'll watch it multiple times to get like a grasp of it. But um, so it's like adult content or adult things that younger children or teenagers, um, like you wouldn't normally associate it, that type of stuff with them. Not to say it doesn't happen, unfortunately, because it definitely does happen. But I feel like it's like a mix of those two. So it could be like getting that type of trauma early in life, or maybe it's the early stages of something. And oh, and that's my friend. She has a different time zone than me, so I tend to get messages. I don't know if you hear the telegram in the background, but because it's weird because sometimes I take the sound off and then I don't know, like, and my Samsung phone, I just got a Samsung phone a while, not too, um, like this year. So, and I'm turning over the cards now. There's a couple of water, or cups here too, and with Scorpio there, that's heavy water for sure. So, um, I was at my godbrother's because I had to pick him and his cousin up, and he has like a box of things that he doesn't need, and so he gave me a mahjong set. I thought that was interesting. Um, but there was also like a Lego bag, and my friend really likes Legos, so I asked if she wanted it, so she's like commenting on it, but I can't really, I could see it. But I don't know, it's like a light gray against white, and I I see it. But anyway, and then in the dragon in the Demon Slayer series, there's this, like, the water that they're like the water technique and the different uh the forms of the art that they're doing. I honestly would have to go back to watch it to understand it, but I think so far the series is um decent. Like it could be something that I could watch again. I think it's like I do love the Inuyasha series, but I think it's kind of similar to where maybe the personality dynamics of relationships, I think, like, honestly, the boys are growing up, so you kind of are just like, okay. But I think that's um maybe part of like the growing process. And so, as I said, there are a couple of cups here. The first card is the King of Wands, and then later one of the characters. Hopefully, I'm not spoiling anything. It's been out for years, but his family does like fire or flame breathing. So there's like definitions that they say not to get mixed up, and me being like, I think that's what it is. But basically, that's like the two elements. So there's the Death card, and this is why it's like more of a personal type of relaxed reading video because I just keep talking about stuff. Then you have in the immediate future the Nine of Swords. And I think it's interesting that there's the Seven of Cups because I feel like these cards, even though this is like the overall energy, and then this is like the immediate future, um, it's like a fixated type of energy, but it could be honestly on the wrong things because it looked like there's something that you either are ghosting or like kind of maybe there are a couple of things or a couple of different paths that you could possibly take. The problem is there's like kind of a thing of like I don't know which path to take, and maybe like the thing that you were doing that you were trying to see, like maybe it's this one. I feel like there's one of the choices that just like are not it. No matter how much like you twist and turn and like try to make it a thing, it's like not really catching on with it. Because you see like kind of this ghost looking one, and I mean it's a yokai tarot, but and it has like the gourds here, and I think it's interesting because like it had that in the series too. Um, So that was like with different like breathing techniques. And I do feel like it could be taking a step back or taking a breather to really figure out these things. Um, and it could be something that you really had to take uh either head on or like like control over, because something just feels like, because you like spread your energy out so thinly, it's like it doesn't seem like you have, for yourself, it doesn't seem like you have kind of, honestly, I'm getting like a good head on your shoulders, not saying that you don't, but it might have that perception because of the energy being spread out so thin and needing to like bring it together and focus in order to make some progress on something. Like there could be long-term and short-term goals, and there might be like all spread out, either multiple long-term goals, multiple short-term goals, maybe a combination, and or maybe like you have these goals but they haven't been uh started, or not much progress because um just not being able to prioritize it for some reason. And there could be like patience, and I think it's interesting. There could be something that maybe worked in the past that maybe you bring back in some way. Maybe there's like a certain skill or hobby or job that you did before, and somehow it like brings it back. Like the or relationship, it could be relationship, and not all relationships that are in the past are necessarily ones that um you leave behind. I mean, of course there are definitely some, and like maybe differentiating if it's the same energy different pants like type of thing, where it's like kind of the same cycle where you have um similar patterns of what's going on. It doesn't have to be with relationships, but I think it's like pretty prominent with those types of things. But this one, I feel like it's like patience. Like if you're trying to find something or like research or like get things moving, you could be in your baby stages. Like if you're trying to find a job, um, or trying to move, like it feels like it's the baby stages, trying to take off like maybe, um, as I said, a career or like working on your own again, like to get the work to get those opportunities. I feel like there's a lot of factors, variables, that type of thing that really affect it. And I feel like that is something to consider, because you have the seven of pentacles. Sorry, I don't know if I said pentacles. Seven of pentacles here, and the seven of pentacles, it could be that time where things haven't sprouted or bloomed yet, and it really needs to get the right nutrition. It needs to be maybe around the same people, or not the same, since I said same people, it could be same people. Like maybe find your tribe type of thing, or your group, because like with plants, plants catch a vibe too with other plants. Like you could put plants next to each other, there's a chance that like maybe they're not compatible because this plant that it's next to attracts a pest that maybe one plant can like tolerate, but the other plant will be like, girl, no, like I cannot be with this person or this pest. um and then like there's people that like really, your plants that are really compatible together, like they're able to make sure that they're getting what they need, or um like plants know how it works. And and to remember like who you are, because there was a topic or presentation about weeds, and I love the topic of weeds. And so like with dandelions being one of my favorite flowers, I love yellow flowers. Because daffodils were next to the pussy willows. They just went together, and I love daffodils, sunflowers, dandelions. Um, like see who you are in the room because like with dandelions, they have a deep root system and they just like suck things out of the earth. Like they take resources like it's like they own the place. So, to see like if you're that shining star, like, or is it representing like a person that, or like a pattern that you see over and over again that just like drains your life because you put so much focus on it when the focus might need to be on other things. Um, Me spending so much time on the Seven of Pentacles may be necessary. You do have in the beginning, it's the Eight of Pentacles before the Seven of Pentacles came out. So I feel like uh something has already harvested or like something already got taken out, like it was already uh things planted there, and now that there's nothing really left, you have to tend to the future plans or like the growth process and like making sure you prepare the land for the next set of plants or like the crops that are there because like it's that type of cycle. Look, and it could have even been like you remove things that just were not good there, or like you fix the soil that wasn't you fix the place where they were growing or where they weren't growing because like maybe that was the problem. And it's not to say that like not overly pivot or critique because it kind of reminds me of like as I was talking about like maybe childhood, that type of uh trying to make children, I think like at least that was pretty popular in uh that like in my house, not my house, but like when I grew up, and there were like my mom would like try to make me do something by saying, well, this person did this, or like you see that person, this person like actually accomplished this, and you're just like, okay. Um, because I don't feel like you need to involve somebody else like that to like have somebody do something, or like I feel like that puts a like a pattern in your head of how maybe they try to act in the future, or maybe like how they don't want to act in the future too. So me being the Libra, giving all the possibilities. So you have a lot of pentacles here too, which is interesting, and you have swords and not really that much well, I guess like there's a strong representation of fire because you have the King of Wands and you have the Strength card here too. So, represented by Leo, and King of Wands represented by Leo or fire or wands. So you have the Three of Pentacles, and it feels like something is like shadowing you, and it could be something maybe from your past that maybe it was like lingering, and there could be a chance that there's a chance of like letting it linger when it doesn't need to linger. Like I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles there could be the thing of this has already been picked out. So now you could like grow whatever like you want to grow there. Like maybe that was like a situation of just someone like sucking you dry, and then now you have the opportunity to like work on things. I feel like you have the opportunity to work with like different situations or different people because you have the Three of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles can be associated with like some type of collaboration or some type of work. It could be like B2B, like business to business type of thing. Like there's something that like takes off in that way where there's like um I don't want to say like it could be a contract, but something where that it's that type of agreement. But like I said, the Eight of Pentacles came first, then it was the Three of Pentacles. So um I feel like there was something that had to be like put aside, or something that again just I keep getting like something just uh maybe you would understand it another time, because me going back to Simple and Clean, like the song, and when I was younger I didn't really understand the song but now I'm kind of like, okay, when you listen to the lyrics when you're older for different songs. um so like, can I introduce you to it, my father, I think, and then when you're older you'll understand what I meant when I said no, some things are not that simple. So like I feel like there could have been a halt somewhere, that maybe you were taken out of a situation too, where like if you weren't like taken out of that situation by something else, that it would have just you would have just like kept putting up with certain things, like uh there could have been like disrespect, like if somebody would just um laugh, or like they would say maybe a not great joke, a joke that like was, there was kind of like disdain in the back, on the backside, and then but then ended the comment with like, oh, but I was joking, so obviously you just have to take it as a joke. And just like standing by your side type of thing, where you're not gonna just handle that. um there's a thing, like a lot of like doing it for yourself, and doing it because if you don't do it, then like things could go even more south with this, or maybe it takes you out of that transformation type of process, or but like what's meant to be is gonna be, if you believe in that stuff too. So it can be like a little bit of a paradox, and like a mixture of all these things. And I think that could be like a strong influence of the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups might be like, say you have a lot of, well, you have a good amount of money and you go shopping, and you're able to buy like and splurge a little more. And then I'm not saying like you're always splurging, but like, and then you have another instance where you have like not a lot of money, and you go shopping, and you really pick out the thing that you feel that you're the most drawn to, that maybe you would benefit the most from, that like is just utilitarian, that just like works in that way, that you, that it functions well in your life because it's something that you probably have on your list of things to get. So there's like almost another type of responsibility, or like something else that takes place there. But you have the Three of Cups, which is interesting. I like, well, I like it, but it's also in the obstacle area, because you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. So this could be like honestly seeing who you can or can't like have in your circle. This could be like opportunities for jobs, and it can be um almost excruciating for these types of processes, because it might not be like a straightforward task, and it again, with it not being so straightforward where it's like a one answer type of thing. So it could be like too, again with the past, like with the Five of Cups, There could be something that might be bothering you more than it needs to, because like I said, the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like it strongly just shows that it's sorry, I'm gonna cough. Sorry. I've been getting like a scratchy throat, I think because it's like transitioning into autumn. And I noticed that with like some of my students too, because they've been getting sick around this time. So as I was saying, um something just seems like it's been taken out and it's over and done with. Um there's no need to bring it back. And if it feels right to go back to a certain situation, maybe it's not like about that, but if you're seeing this, it could be linking to other things, or you could take it, um, and then it gives you something to reflect on. Because in the past, you have the Two of Swords, and this is an interesting Two of Swords. It's like one of my favorite ones because it shows like a deception to it in a way where because this is a yokai that kind of tricks you and then um it sounds like something that it's not, and so maybe you don't hear it, but then when you open the blinds to it you'll realize what it really is. So I feel like that was the past, like you realize like what that person or this the situation really was. um And then you have the Nine of Swords. Like there's something that just keeps picking at you. Maybe there's other things to prioritize, but it really affected you deeply because there was a sense of something that was broken. It could have been the obstacle of the Three of Cups. Like maybe you you gave love because it wasn't out of obligation, it was out of love. And for you to give that, it's like not a simple thing. Like you gave it and then they just kind of gave their loyalty to um somebody else, or like they gave it to another, like a person that bid it higher than you in a way, type of thing. So I feel like it does affect the type of dynamic and like the maybe like the things that you grew up with, and really just showcasing something. And that could have been again with the pattern, same energy, different pants, to where um the universe like keeps giving it to you, like being like, do you see this now because you keep doing this? um but sometimes it's like deeper, you know? And I think it's interesting, like when you take time to really calm the voice inside, or like to really think about maybe what you like. I think that's what I did for a long time because I haven't been on a date in like 5 years. So, um, and it was like kind of recently where for some reason, I just like remembered when I was younger, I liked trying different products. Like I would always do like random moisturizers to my hair, and I feel like that's really what it needed because my hair, like it grows really long. My hair is protected underneath because I braid it, but this area was just kind of not growing as long, and I just started to moisturize it and now it's like growing regularly. So I feel like it was just like getting, like the outer part was just getting like all of the stuff. And I got like vitamin C because I've been wanting to look into vitamin C, and I got some. It was at TJ Maxx, and of course, it was like a sale section, a sale product, and I really love it. It's like a vegan one. It's really soothing because it's gel, and it just kind of just brings me back to life type of thing because it does a different type of brightness that's interesting, like almost color back, but not like making you, I guess it brings like the flesh color out. That's what it kind of does. So I thought that was cool. And let me pull out a couple cards and then I'll end the reading. But it really does feel like strong energy of like maybe someone in the group wasn't really 100% for you. Like they might have supported you in on the front end, but like behind closed doors or like when you weren't looking or um just other instances, they would kind of just be like, I'm not actually for you, so um and would do some slandering stuff like not do things that were that great, but at the same time it also feels like energy where you didn't feed into it. You kind of just like cut it off. Like that's what the Eight of Pentacles feels like. You just literally took that stuff, took it out, and now you have like land that you're going to just do whatever you want to because um you don't want anything that you feel like is unnecessary or you feel like it's just going to be too invasive in your space. And just to say, not all weeds are invasive, but all invasive plants are weeds because weeds are is just a term. Um, and and then like if it's like somebody or person doesn't want the plant in that space, so that's definitely like a subjective thing. Invasive, like there are things that it's doing that's actually invasive. So um with this it really is trying to find that sweet spot, I feel like, and there's just a lot going on. It feels like there's a lot of noise, and like I feel like either with the Five of Cups, like either taking that thing like that's already done and trying to just make it have it in your head more than it needs to be, or um with the Five of Cups it just seems like it does feel like there's a lot of emphasis on this Five of Cups. I was gonna say something else and then I I blanked out. I'm sorry. So I also have the Temperance card, and again I have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is like pretty prominent in this reading. So the Temperance card, Major Arcana, Death card was Major Arcana too. And the with the death here, like it's even in the present, it's like when you have something that died and needing to find ways to move forward is one of the biggest, deepest, um, could be painful, could be, it could be like not so bad. Because I mean, Scorpio does tend to go through these major transformations in it, and it does kind of thrive with that type of stuff too. So, um, to each their own, but with the temperance here, there's like a lot of heavy type of energies with that. But overall, I kind of feel like that the energies that are being really focused on or fixated, it's just seems like there's something that you really don't need to focus that much on. Like if this thing is not a big deal. This thing acts like it's something a lot bigger than what it needs to be. Or like maybe that you're seeing it for what it um bigger than making it bigger than what it needs to be. So Seven of Coins is here. And then with the Temperance card, I feel like since there's an angel initially, well, in the Rider Waite Smith type of interpretation, there's something that brings like the calm back to the chaos. Because this is like a Sagittarius card. And it does like have that warfare type of aspect to it. So when it has an angel on there, but it's also something like um, for the military, for different countries, Archangel Michael could be represented with um, with soldiers too. So it kind of like gives that boldness and like faithfulness and that strength that comes out of pushing forward, but also not yielding to certain things. So I'm just gonna pull out like two more cards and then I'll end the reading. So you have like the Five of Cups again. It really feels like I feel like it really kind of tries to pull it into the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups seems like it's one of the main cards, and where it's like saying you have so many things going on and you're focusing on the things that aren't really getting you there in a way. And I'm not saying you're doing something necessarily wrong, but it could have been a traumatic moment, or it could have been like a moment that really took you back, or that just made you question just how people are. Like, honestly, there are people that are great in life, and then you might meet people that you just that aren't for you in life, and there are people that like are really 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 not for you, and you might realize that later on, um or earlier on, hopefully. um and so you could like once you figure that out, then like you could figure out the secret sauce and you could like pivot, because I feel like that's the energy. Like you need to pivot the energy into making it or putting it towards something else. So, and then with the Five of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles here. And the Two of Pentacles could be like a rocky start, because it's not something that is really straightforward. It kind of teeters back and forth. It's not really that um like it is part of like the Pentacles suit, and with Earth being associated with the Pentacles, it's kind of like an unusual card for the Pentacles, because it's not as like um maybe concrete or something that is as stable that um Earth represents a lot of the time. I'm not saying it's all the time, but it does feel like kind of avalanche energy or like rocky path type of energy. Like it feels like, but I feel like the avalanche is kind of pretty um relatable to the interpretation for this reading because that's what was coming to me, and it just feels like almost like you're on a slide that's an avalanche, and it's really hard to get your footing back on there. But at the same time, with these other cards, it seems like you have some thinking and contemplating cards, and but I feel like it there's a lot of major, well, there isn't a lot of major arcana, there's a lot of minor arcana, and so I feel like it could be like an everyday thing. So maybe there might be like more of a long-term goal that you need to try to focus on. Um, but overall, I feel like it's a good reading because there's something that just got taken out that or that needs to kind of pivot like with the energy for you to like get your footing back. Like the Two of Pentacles just feels like it's not steady footing, and it could be putting your work or energy towards work in this area and then not putting enough work in there, but like you have to do other things because you have five other things that you lined up. And then it could be like missed deadlines, or like things aren't not as reliable as it needs to be at that time. I feel like really focusing more on certain stability and thinking about these things, especially with your own situation, because at the end of the day, like it's you that's going to be there. And the people that are going to be hopefully for you, I can't really say, but um, when you're in your authentic energy or yourself, it tends to bring certain things together. Like it could bring um, people that really understand that type of energy. It might not be many, but it could be like a person or two, or a situation, or an opportunity that comes in. So thank you so much for watching. I know it was a rambly one, but maybe I'll do them more frequently and then I won't ramble as much. But I hope that you enjoy your day, and I'll be back. Bye.